Can you hear me right now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. One second. Okay, I open it.
All right. So, just to give you context, this is a tool where you can draw. Okay. So basically, what we are trying to achieve here is that you will be drawing like boxes.
Yeah.
Okay. To demonstrate the system that you are going to create, you will reflect the most important APIs, right?
Yeah,
and
I
we
see
and you
that
will
type
read
of
while.
I
Okay,
see
so
that type of diagrams when I was in college.
okay, cool. So then I will give you the problem statement, and then we will start creating the system. Okay, just to give you an understanding of what we expect. It's basically reflecting architecture, purely architecture, right? So that is modules and the interfaces.
Yeah.
Again, the APIs and how they interact with each other, and what is the data for the system, right? Take into account that the system should be scalable, right? That means that the system should be able to handle additional load and accept new components easily. It should be reliable, right? Should be efficient and maintainable. As I told you, there is no correct or wrong answer. It's just to assess how the candidate thinks. So this is the problem statement. It's super simple. It's a micro feature.
Yeah.
It's basically an airline application, okay? Imagine a feature where you need to display the previous flights and the upcoming flights, okay? So that's the problem statement. Feel free to raise any question, gather requirements with me, and please guide me through the process.
I mean, I can imagine in the Android development. In the Android development, if you want to take some data from API, first of all, you have to some model classes, and of course, you have to also use a library for get data from API. That library will be Hilt in our project. This is our model class. We are using Hilt for communication, and also we can use WebSockets. Are you familiar with this type of stack, Hilt or?
Not with Hilt, but I am with WebSockets. But anyway, since we are looking into this from an architectural perspective, these kind of small details don't matter.
Okay.
What matters is what is the architecture we choose, why, and how we grow it.
Yeah. And of course, we have to select design patterns. And I want to write with MVVM architecture. MVVM is most popular architecture for Android development model, VV model. We created our model package, and after that we have to create some retrofit instance for communication with API. And also we have to create a view model for that type of data. We have to define our data's type, of course, string or value, string or integer. and this is our view model. And of course we want to display on the screen of this data. That's why we have to create some UI fragment and activities. Okay, and of course we have to add hilt for dependency injection, because in big project there are a lot of dependencies. That's why that's why I am using this hilt. And
So Hilt is a library for dependency injection, I believe.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But of course I have to connect using arrow, but I don't know where I should put dependency injection. Okay, we created some model package, we created our view model, and we created our UI and hilt. And of course we have some instance for retrofits. I can't look to some project, right? Right now I can't open a
Sorry again?
I can't open a new window for looking some project, right? I can't look right now.
If you mean you want to check something as a reference?
Yeah,
you can do that, no worries.
Yeah.
And you can also ask. It's completely fine.
Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. Feel free.
Okay, I want to check my GitHub account.
Actually, that's what we do as an engineers, right? We check references.
Mm-hmm. HTTP using retrofit.
By the way, what are you detailing here?
Yeah, of course. We are using navigation graph for communication for send data to another fragment or another activities. This is a Android library for communication between two activities or fragment. This is the UI components. Inside the view model, we have to equals. I mean, we got the data from API, and we want to show display on the screen. We have to define our API datas and UI datas inside the view model. What I will write? I just couldn't remember the name. Equal syncing data with UI components, right?
Now I understand.
Okay. And we are using navigation graph, and we inject retrofits and RxJava. And of course, we have to use also suspend function for unblocking to main screen. And Java intent. Okay, and suspend functions repository. Coroutines. This is our view model, and we have to create also a repository. View model repository, and in this repository we are defining our repository, our API functions. Like this, using suspend function, and of course in this site we are inject some of constructors. I mean, I should put the hilt inside every block because we are using.
It's fine. Burak, if you should reflect now the APIs in each of these elements, each of these modules. For example, let's start with the model, right?
Yeah.
As we said, our system is basically a micro feature, which is previous and upcoming flights. So taking that into account, how would you represent the most important things in the model? What does the model have inside?
I mean, in Android model classes, for example, we want to get a name and surname parameter from API, and this will be string, and this will be also string. If I get to this data from API, you have to create some variable inside your model package also, and you have to define this variable type. These two types is string, and we defined our type inside our model package, and also in Android technologies it should be a data class, because we want to set some variable inside these two variables. And repository, I will finish 2 minutes later. This is a really simple
No worries.
diagrams. In Coroutines. Also dispatcher.io. It is not dispatcher. We model scope. Okay, we yeah, this is my basic diagram for get data from API. I write it
Okay.
all things.
One question, why you choose MVVM over any other architecture?
I mean, when I started my career, actually before the Android development, I was working as a front-end web developer for two years. I didn't write this information into my CV or my website. When I was start to my career, I write MVC pattern, design pattern. We are writing some ASP.NET technologies. I mean, why I select the MVVM architecture? Because our data is here and our UI is here. MVVM, the most important point about the MVVM architecture, this view model. This view model is a bridge for each step. We are connected this type of step using view model, and we can use some live data of this is the properties of view model. We can use I forgot to write to live data. This is so effective for our design because there are some steps for Android's activity life cycles. There are 8 steps. For example, if you want to understand live data, you can think like that. Just imagine this is your phone. I didn't find my phone right now, and you are inside the application. This is a Dagger-Hilt package. You are inside the application, you are using the application, but you want to turn to horizontal type. There are 8 steps of activity life cycle. That means your activity will start from stretch and your data will be gone if you don't use the live data. If you use the live data in your application, your data will secure. You can save your data using live data. That's why I select MVVM. Of course, there are a lot of design pattern, for example, MVP or MVC or Viper. Viper is too much popular or iOS development. That's why I selected to MVVM architecture.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, man. So now we have 10 minutes left. I would love to hear from you if you have any questions or anything you would like to clarify. I will do my best to solve for it. So now is your time.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I am wondering to next step. What will be on next step?
Sorry, your voice break. Can you please repeat the question?
Yes, sure. How is my voice right now?
Hi, yeah, your voice is good now.
Okay. I mean, I am asking to what will be next step. I am wondering the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Next step
Okay,
process.
so okay, can you please tell me what interviews did you do so far?
I mean, so far, for example, last week I had one interview with Ukraine company. I mean, why did you ask that question?
Just for me to understand where exactly you are at the process so that I can help you on that.
Yeah. As I said, yes, last week I had one interview about the Ukraine company, and we did.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not asking you for other interviews with other companies. I am asking you what interviews you have done with Karim so that I can understand where you are at the process, right? So that I can help you understand that.
I am really sorry. This is my first interview
No,
for Karim.
for Karim. Okay, cool. All right, so the next step is basically I will be sharing all of the notes that I've taken from our interview today with the rest of the team members, and they will analyze, and the talent acquisition team will come to you with feedback and whether there will be more steps or not. So you will be hearing soon from the person who contacted you recently.
And actually, I got an email today to Kainat